Hello ladies, what do you know? You let me in at the first try. I started trying to go online a few minutes before because lately it's been keeping me at the doors, trying and trying. So unfortunately again I have to reschedule the putting together the cane because Amazon advertised same day delivery, but they didn't do same day. So it's supposed to come today, unfortunately too late for the live. They did indeed refund me the extra shipping, but oh well. Hi Lane, glad you made it. Hi Lianka, hi Sharon, hi Ramona. Now one thing that I wanted to share with you, and Elaine, if you don't mind to, and the other ladies, please remind me to do that throughout the live. I was digging, okay, me and my internet wizardry searching thing. I found buried in the official, hi Renee, in the official Scalpy website, the color recipes for the discontinued colors. Now, one thing, the recipe they give for jungle green is different than the one that I myself have discovered it, and it also doesn't really cover all the discontinued colors. Hi Sonia. But it is still a good thing to do. It's in a PDF form, so I hope you can see it if you're watching on your phone. But this is the link. Hi Karen. And I couldn't find any link to click on their website as is. Just, as I was searching for stuff, I stumbled upon this. So you might want to put it on your favorites because it includes the recipe for red pearl. So my honest opinion is that the red pearl you get much better if you do yourself with mica powder and translucent, but it's an easier thing to do. Now, if you remember, I'm sorry, Beth. If you remember, give me just a second. I had a while ago, 2 or 3 years ago, in fact. Yeah. Let me make sure that it is the 4 years ago. Okay, I had a tutorial that showed you how to do all these interesting, hold on, not Connor, how to do all these interesting things with the extruder. So all these effects. So I decided to go ahead and do something different because sometime soon, I honestly don't even know by heart, will be the Pride Day. And not only for Pride Day, but also, for if you want to do something that's more rainbowy and more splashy, of course you can use other colors. But I'm going to use in this one the primary colors from Premo. Obviously that's the ultramarine blue, the cadmium red, cadmium yellow. I'm going to add just one color, and that's going to be the wisteria, for the simple reason that to get the violet between these two is not just that it's a pain, but it gets way too dark. So you need to bring it up a lot. So I'm going to just use the wisteria to make it a little bit brighter and funnier, if you want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to do some rainbowy, hi Carla, some rainbowy Skinner blends to start with. Of course, you need an extruder for this, because I've been asked before, whenever I posted some extruder stuff, if you can do it without an extruder. If some of the things you can do without an extruder, this you definitely cannot do without an extruder. And my personal favorite is the Makins one. I had the walnut hollow and it was horrible. I couldn't even turn the whole thing. And then you can get the base, PolyClay has it, with the base of dies. Hi Carlene. And then you can in time complete your dies. And what I use to keep my dies is a coin thing, coin holders for, you know, people who collect coins, and it works beautiful for holding your dies. Some of these I got as a present. There were a couple ladies who said that they were getting too old to do anything anymore and their hands were hurting too much, so they sent me their stuff, and some of the stuff that I already had, I spread it around in the neighborhood, clay neighborhood, and not so close, such close neighborhood. Hi Kanchana. So all of these, what we are going to need, we are going to need in the square ones the largest. So as you can see, I'm quite bad about this, so I have they are arranged in a system. Okay, so one triangles and then rectangles, and you want the largest of the rectangles. That's why I have some doubles, because some of them I received as a gift, and I guess that's what I'm going to do myself when I won't be able to work with these anymore. So I am going to use this. Now before I start, I wanted to tell you something. When it comes to cleaning your extruder, you should clean your extruder every time you use it, after you finish using it. And an area where you have to be very, very careful and clean it, because otherwise you're gonna have issues opening and closing it, is the thread area. And what I use a needle, one of my needle things, and I just go, you know, like this to clean it, and the same for the inside. And an area you need to be very careful on the inside is this area between the thread and the lip here, but it's easy to clean if you just, as I said, just go with the needle and just turn this, and you're going to clean it really, really good. So for now I'm going to get this ready and just gently thread in just a bit, so I don't have to worry about getting it back. And I think I'm going to do the inside with the red, the yellow, and some green, and then the outside I'm going to do it with blue, indigo, and purplish stuff. Okay, maybe even some red, but we'll see how that works. But it's going to be a very narrowish thing. Sorry, I forgot. The inside will only have to have, can only have two colors. I forgot about that. So it's going to be the red and yellow in the beginning, and then the So red, orange, and yellow, and then yellow, green, and blue. And then the outside will be just the blue and indigo and violet. So I'm going to grab me actually need 4. Let me run this through the machine one more time. And then I'm going to use just 1 red for now. We'll see if I need more. And I know that somebody at one point asked me if I work on the stuff that I'm showing you beforehand, or how do I come up with these ideas. Some of them I do. Some of them I do work ahead of time, but on some of them, I've been working with this stuff for so long that I can envision in my mind how it's going to be, so I don't have to really worry about it. Okay, why I got to each of the yellow? I got to each of the yellow because both these two colors are very strong. And because they are so strong, I need much less than the yellow. And I'm going to use, so it's going to be pretty much like this. I'm going to use one of the yellow squares to buffer for the color in between. Okay, so as I usually do, I'm going to do my diagonal thing on both of these. And there's going to be quite a bit of V-folding, I can tell you that. I'm going to try and go through this day without having to turn on the AC, because today is supposed to get up to 76 in my area. I'm glad that there's no storm system around, because that would make some horrible storms. Okay, so this is one of them. The second one. So as you can see, I'm placing exactly in the middle and flatten them a little bit, cut in half, lift them from the tile, and then place them like this so that I would have a straight thing, and cut these little corners and simply bring them over. The same with this. You can go the opposite way. You can do just 2 colors in the middle and more colors in the wrapper. So first I went with them through the machine like this. So it would make things much easier to mix. Not on this exact. these exact methods, I have a tutorial on regular Skinner blends, but there are a few things that I do, yes, indeed, that I do a little bit different, and that would be the diagonal thing and this specific V-fold. When I try to bring one color more into the next, instead of folding like this, I do a V-fold, and that is, I kind of measure pretty much the half, and that is, then I put it in a diagonal, and then I fold at 90 degrees, and then the very ends come in, and then it goes like this. So this should be good. I'm going to do one more fan folding, and then I'll be rolling to make things faster. And you want to do a fairly good Skinner blend, not perfect, but fairly good. And also you want to keep it a little on the narrow side, and you'll see here in a minute why. I'm going to just go flat, but still narrowing my stuff. Might even have to use more yellow. We'll see here in a minute. That should work. Alrighty, so I'm going to stack it, and then I'm going to narrow it down even more. And then gently turn it into a round section. So do this by pressing the opposite corners and this opposite corner until it becomes an actual cylinder. going to do this one real quick. I think I have a little bit too much red. Just removing that little corner there. Hi, Darla. Yeah, I hear you with the coffee. I'm the same way. And I cannot tell you how many times the morning me hated the previous evening me for not making coffee. I drink cold coffee, so that might tell you something. So as with the other one, I'm going to first go several times through the machine. And then again the V-fold, so this would be my half. Put it on a 45 degrees angle and fold it so that you'd have an approximate 90 degrees here. Approximate, it's kind of like eyeballing it, not really much of anything else. Fan fold it and go ahead with my merry rolling. Yeah, next Sunday it's actually my birthday. I don't even want to think how old I'm getting, honestly. I don't, but it's still my birthday. So considering the fact that reducing takes a while and stuff, I might just tell you some stories too. Huh. I started getting too wide. Anyway, everything outside is beautiful. I was actually planning on doing something in the garden this afternoon. I'm not sure I can do a lot of stuff because it's nice and sunny and warm, but it's quite windy. And trust me, you cannot really rake dry leaves when it's windy, because you just rake them from one side of the garden and they go in another side of the garden. And you are right, Kanchana. This whole unidirectional time thing is really bothering me. Premo. I usually use Premo for the lives. Because it's more affordable than the other ones. I do have with other clays the uploaded tutorials, and it says on each of them, even if generally I do give the Premo color recipes too. So once again, for people who came later, I found borrowed somewhere in burrowed somewhere in the Scalpi official website their color recipes for the discontinued colors. They are not all of them by what I could see, but nevertheless I hope that it's going to help you. So here's the link. It's in a PDF format, so I don't know if you're gonna have issues trying to access it with your phone, but there you go. And you'll note that their jungle recipe is different from the jungle recipe that I came up with by experimenting. So I think I'm about kind of sort of there. I could do it a little bit longer, but I don't want to keep you too long. So let's do the same thing as with the other one. And I think I'm going to actually do it in 3 here. And then once again I'm going to turn this into a round. Alright, so again pressing on the opposite corners, that's fine with that E-cut thing in the middle is just fine. Yeah, the only one that I couldn't figure out, they talk about the pearl green. If you look, let me actually switch to my display. If you look, so okay, these are okay. On this one, they discontinued cobalt, so I don't know how old this thing. I could probably check. See where it is. Let me see if I have any. This one doesn't. That's not what I was looking. I was looking for the source. I don't have. They made it. Never mind. They made it secret. So wisteria, the periwinkle. Do they still make the slate? See, they do the Spanish olive with navy blue. I do it with regular green, ultramarine blue, black and white. But that's not what I wanted to show you. Okay, blue pearl, I don't know how good that would be, but green pearl. See, 4 parts peacock pearl, 5 parts bright green pearl. I wear bright green pearl because I don't remember it. And then this one, but anyway, that's the thing that I didn't switch screens. Are you sure? Okay. It messes me up again. Hold on a second, because I'm on the other graphics card because my graphics card's failing again. Never mind. So okay, let's go back to it. So see, like here they say cobalt blue, but they don't make the cobalt blue anyway, and the cobalt blue is not given here. But what I wanted to show you is green pearl, right? 5 parts bright green pearl. There is no bright green pearl, so I don't know. And the red pearl, and I don't remember the red pearl being so bright, so pinkish. Anyway, you do? I don't. But how old is that thing? Because I haven't seen bright green pearl in like forever. Been at least 10 years. At least 10 years. But I probably should make a few more colors. I think I still have some cobalt blue. Alright, and now the wrapper. For the wrapper I'm going to use the wisteria and the blue. So this is ultramarine blue, not navy. Oh, I don't know if I need more than this or not. I guess we'll see. I do need more than this. Oh, let me get half. I'm just thinking how wide this is, how long this is. So I need at least one more. Okay, this should work. Alrighty. Now, this one I'm gonna just go with the folds. Yeah, and I got a few years ago I got cobalt too, because I like the cobalt. See, that's what I'm talking about when they are not very well connected. That's what happens. So I'm going to fold a few times in the machine. About doing this with fuchsia, but I thought that the fuchsia is too bright and is going to clash with the one in the middle. So again, half. And then I'm going to roll. Now if you already watched that older tutorial that I uploaded 4 years ago, you'll see that you need to make a few things with You need to mirror the wrapper itself. To get more effects. Excuse me. Things are blooming, as I was saying. Things are abloom. And you don't have to use so many colors. You can use less colors. You can use the wrapper in black and white. Thank you. You can use the inside one in black and white, and then do the wrapper in a rainbow, full rainbow. Because with the wrapper you can go more than 2 colors. So one last roll, and flatten it some. And make it into a square this time. Cut it in half. Mirror it. You get to about a proper length. Actually, I think I can go a few more times. Okay, and this will have to go a little bit thinner. Should have used more. Anyway, going back to fixing these. Yeah, I know, but then sometimes remember Oklahoma is colder than the North Pole sometimes. Okay, so first thing, and I'm going to actually experiment with something just because I'm curious how it's going to come out. These ones go backwards. You just flip every other slice. You should get something like this. Okay, so we get this. I'm going to do the same thing with the yellow and blue. And then I'm going to mix the two. I'm very curious how it's going to come out. Because that's an experiment I didn't do before. Okay, so it helps when you cut with the sharp end of the blade. It's extremely helpful. Alrighty, so I think Finnegan is catching flies in the glass door. Or they are trying to reach to Pisa. Alrighty, so we have another one. So we'll see how that works. And I'm going to go with the red. I'm going to go like this. Might have made a little bit too much. I don't know, I guess I'll have to see. Alrighty. Now let me go one lower. Make sure I have enough. Why am I using the others, the blunt size? Pizza? I don't know, to be very honest, the last few pizza I eaten were not that great. It's like everything is going downhill everywhere, you know. I mean, and I'm sure that's not because I got older or my taste got bad or whatever. Stuff is going downhill. Stuff is not what it used to be anymore for various reasons. I guess the most important reason of all is people not doing their jobs as they should. Okay, this needs to be a little bit even longer. So, oops. Darn it, I almost dropped it. Okay. Yeah, it's like reliability has disappeared from the world, pretty much. Oh God, my neighbor's kids are outside again. Alrighty. No, for pizza. Pizza is my outdoors kitty. I mean, she's not mine, I'm hers. She adopted me. Guess she was left behind when somebody moved. And she decided this was going to be her house. She doesn't want to be inside. That's her thing. Ooh. Let me tell you something, that's not that bad. The worst pizza I've ever seen was in Russia, long time ago, and I was still in Romania. I visited at one point Russia, and the thing was that I went by bus, okay, and the bus took like forever, and there were some things that were delayed. Thing is that I got to the hotel. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, close to 2 o'clock, and all the food that I had, right, was long gone. So by the time I got to the hotel, I was so darn hungry. And okay, let me cut a little bit more. And of course, like anyone who has been in hotels before, I called room service. Room service had tea, vodka, and champagne. That was it. Okay, why aren't you going in? There we go. So I waited till morning, and I think it was like 8:30 when I left the hotel, and then I went downtown to try to find an eatery, a store, or something, to get something to eat. Well, at 9 o'clock, sorry, I pinched with my hand and it hurt. At 9 o'clock, bars started opening. Not the restaurants. Not the food things. So I had to wait till noon. And I can tell you that I've seen the highest number of drunk women at 9 o'clock in the morning on the street. Anyway, finally something opened. I managed to go to a museum. I passed the time till 12. And finally, restaurant opened. I went in and I ordered pizza. And I was served with something that looked like a pita bread with some smeared tomato sauce on it. Don't imagine marinara. Imagine the tomato sauce that you put in the stew, and with a poached egg on top. No, I was never in New Orleans. Okay, let's see how this comes out. Probably you can see more of that in New Orleans, huh? Something's coming up. Let's see what and how it's going to look like. But yeah, that was the most disgusting pizza. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that there is a pizza that has an egg on top of it. I mean, it's an original, traditional Italian pizza. And it's called the bullseye, actually. But this was definitely not it. On another note, the best pizza that I've ever eaten in my whole life. Oh, well, that's how European restaurants and bars are too, so that's nothing new for me. Anyway, the best pizza I've ever eaten in my whole life was actually in Italy, and it was up in the mountains. I was with a group of friends. We're doing some linguistic research and historical, archaeological stuff, whatever. We're 5 people. And at one point we went through a village, and kind of needed to refill our water bottles, so we saw an old lady in front of the house, was shaking some rug or something, and we asked her for water, and she got us water fresh from the fountain, and I'm talking about those fountains with the wheel and it comes out in a bucket. It was delicious up in the mountains. You can imagine the quality of the water. And then she invited us to stay for lunch, because she was making pizza, and she said it's not a big deal to just throw in a few more. This pizza did not have any kind of marinara sauce on it. Okay. It had, there's a cheese that is the ricotta cheese, but don't imagine that it's the ricotta cheese that you get here in the United States. It's got a completely different taste. And this was goat ricotta cheese. And it had that. It had black olives, dill, and some other herbs that were, it's in the north, up in the mountains, kind of like where the Etruscan area used to be. But it was the best thing ever. Now, I agree, it might have been the bias of being out in the fresh air, being, on that beautiful mountainscape around and everything, but it was absolutely fabulous. And yes, I'm one of the people who is not crazy about, and I'm really upset because that's most what you can find around here, even in stores, the pepperoni and meat lovers and stuff like that. I prefer the spinach and mushroom, including the Hawaiian. Oh my god, Hawaiian pizza is the bomb. Okay, so 9.5, 475. No, 475. Yes, I love that one. There's actually one that's delicious, only that it has such high amounts of salt that you drink for the rest of the day. You need to drink water. It's a DiGiorno ranch chicken and bacon stuff, which is not really vegetarian or anything, but it's delicious. Okay, so 2 3/8. Look at this. How awesome is this? I'm not gonna measure now. Okay. This is so awesome. I guess I was right. It does look awesome. So So these are the where I mixed. So I guess it's even awesomer if you mix. See? I just made more cuts so we can see more of the effects. Look at this. It's beautiful. Hi, Paula. I don't know if I said hi, Chandra. Hi, Gloria. I'm seeing if I missed anybody. I didn't say hi. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look when the changes happen. Let me go zoom in a little bit so you can see better. There we go. So we can definitely, I'm gonna try not to do too much purple and purple. Something like this. Yeah, if you do ricotta, basil, mushroom, some spinach and garlic, it's going to be wonderful. I used to make my own pizza at home. I would make a whole batch of dough and then form the pizzas, put them in a, use paper plates and stack them between cling wrap, so that whenever I wanted to make a pizza, I would just grab one of the frozen doughs and I would make it. Okay, let me unzoom. So we can make something with it. Make a base. Pretty they are. That's awesome. I hope you'll try it because it's really worth it. And as you know, it's exactly like with a retro cane, each slice will be different than the other, right? But nevertheless, you can still do a type of mirror / Natasha effect, because if you got 2 slices, I'm putting this one like this, and then I'm putting this one like this. So we get a mirror effect. If you so desire to do a symmetrical mirror effect, but if you want to go more, so I guess you can even mix more colors in there. I put about 1/3 were red and yellow, 1/3 was green and yellow, and 1/3 were the two combined, and one at the bottom was the two combined, and green, then the red. I had at one point started a low carb channel So if you contact me on Facebook, I'll give you the link too, because I have a recipe. There's something, if you're avoiding carbs, that's something that you can get on a website that's called nutrition. .com. Hold on, let me go on there. And if you go on nutrition, so you have the low carb here. And if you go in the baking products, because I know I've been, they have something that's called tova carbulose flour. They have all kinds of stuff. Okay. But they have already made mixes. This oat fiber is exceptional. I mean, it gets it has absolutely zero carbs, and it's practically fiber. But don't try to cook, to bake, or anything just with it. You need to add it to something. But let me see. You can see there's all kinds of stuff just for. There you go. This is the tova carbulose flour that you can use, and it's absolutely fabulous. Another thing that I used to do is almond flour, unbleached almond flour, mixed with the tova, and sometimes even coconut, depending on what you want to put on top of it. And I never had, I kind of went off of keto right now because I had hit a really bad plateau for like 2 months. And I said, if I'm not losing weight, why should I torture myself? Because I'm normally almost vegetarian. I mean, I don't like meat. You can have all the sweet tooth you want with keto. You don't have to give up sugar and carbs. I mean, I've had all kinds of stuff. You go to a website that's called fatsecret.com. Okay? Go in there, and there's a lot of people who are on keto, and they share their recipes. I personally made a lot of recipes, and I do have my account there. What did I do with my, this is it. But I can tell you, I made tiramisu cake with like 2.5 net grams of net carb, a serving. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can make, and you don't have to give up your sweet tooth. You just don't use sugar. So yes, don't forget to appreciate with a thumbs up. Don't forget, please, to use my Amazon influencer store when you go in to buy something on Amazon, because if you buy in one go, I mean, if you don't log off and then log in again after putting stuff in your cart, it will keep my cookie, and I will get a few penny commissions. It doesn't change your price. And please don't forget to use my PolyClay Play affiliate link. You can find, if you go to my channel, you can see all the links in the about thing or on my website on kalyanadesign.com. Thank you so much, and I hope you'll try this, because as you can see, it comes up gorgeous. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week to come. We're gonna have a lot of rain. I hope that the barometer stays fine, and I'll see you on my birthday next Sunday. Be there. I might have some surprises for you. Okay, bye. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.